If you're thinking of starting an online shop for your artwork, or if you maybe already have one, you're probably here because you're interested in inspiration for your packaging. When I started out, I felt a little bit overwhelmed with all the options and I felt concerned about getting it badly wrong. But we all start somewhere, and even now I'm still making changes as time goes on. Based on these past mistakes, it might be useful for you to hear what things to avoid too, so you can get a head start. This is all by no means the best way to do it all, but it's what works for me, so I hope it will help you out too. Once you've posted out your package, imagine the journey it's going to be making. Once you send it out, things are going to be out of your control, so it's good to take whatever steps you can so that it arrives at its destination safely. It's going to be exposed to weather and temperature changes, and it might get a little bit battered. If you're sending international orders too, it will have a longer journey, so there's going to be more chances for it to get damaged. You're also going to want to tape it securely so that it doesn't break open. A lot of postal services use the weight of packages to work out costs. Check with the one you're planning on using so you can get the right sizes of boxes ready. A small cheap set of kitchen scales are a super useful investment, otherwise you might get caught out and pay lots more than you expected. You can print out addresses and paste them on, or buy a label maker, or do what I do, which is write them out by hand. If you think you have messy, unclear handwriting, I'd maybe avoid this. I like to use a black waterproof marker like this one, because it makes the letters very clear to read. If you're going to be posting internationally, you might need to send some customs forms though, so I'd just take some time on your mailing service's website to read through the requirements. This probably varies a lot based on where you are in the world, so I can only really talk about what is done in the UK. Sometimes, when you introduce a new type of product into your shop, you have to bring in extra package sizes too. I started with just prints and stickers, so only needed envelopes, but when I started making bookmarks with their bulky tassels, I had to think of boxes to avoid them getting squashed and damaged. Consider too what would happen if someone orders different types of items. If someone orders a print and some washi tape, it's going to need a box that can fit the size of print you're doing. If someone were to order several notepads, you might need a bigger size than what you currently have for shipping out one single one. I deliberately avoid really 3D objects like mugs because the shipping is a lot more expensive and things are more likely to break. If you're starting out, you might do this too so you can gain experience first. I'm UK based, so I base my box sizes around the smaller letter sizes guidelined by Royal Mail. Any bigger has a really big increase in price, and I want to keep my products as affordable as possible for customers. If I were to sell mugs, I'd probably save them for in-person events like markets and conventions, although that's just me. I use envelopes and cardboard boxes in my shop, so let's start with the envelopes. These are great for beginners to Etsy. I definitely recommend starting with flat objects and envelopes if you're very new. Stickers, postcards, prints, bookmarks, these are all great for newbies. Here's the two sizes I currently use, C5 and C4. Avoid paper envelopes and go for ones that are card or that have a stiff backing card like these ones. I normally use a C4 for A4 prints and the C5 for A5 prints and stickers. For my boxes, I have 3 sizes. Since these cost more to ship, I also have a C6 size too. The biggest box is for orders with A4 prints. The medium one is for A5 prints, journals, bookmarks, and smaller things if the order also includes them. This size is the one I use the most. The smallest box is for little orders that just have washi tape in them, or other little small bits like that. These clear bags are used to help keep their contents dry. If a print got a drop of water on it from rain, it could potentially ruin the image, so I keep these in 3 sizes, which are used for A4 paper, A5, and stickers. This is probably the most important packaging component for envelopes in my opinion. This is a super thick card that prevents folds and crumples. It's really brilliant for art prints and I definitely recommend using it. Now that the most important parts are covered, you can think about the fun one. Adding personality to your orders makes opening them lovely for your customers. You can think of it as having a personal brand, so that it's clear to your shop and your artwork. It's what sets small businesses apart from big online stores that just chuck your items into a box and send them on their way. In my shop, I use these as a way to mark where the closing seam is on my clear bags. I also cut down on paper waste by printing smaller stickers on the gaps left on the page by my big stickers, so it's nice to add as a little freebie. I use this in boxes so that you can rip it open and have it feel like opening a present. I have a few different colours, but I really like this green shade a lot, so I find myself using it the most. This might be difficult if you've got tons of orders and no time, but for smaller creators like me, I think it's really nice to add a handwritten note, just to say thank you. It's lovely to add that sense of connection to a real human on the other side of things. I think one of the main things you can think of is, what would you like to receive? I know with handwritten notes I love receiving them myself, so that's why I include them. Some people get custom packaging tape made for the outside of their packages, which I think is really nice. I'd love to do this eventually, but I don't currently do it right now. I personally use my washi tape to keep the interior contents together. I actually need to send away to get some more made right now. I've actually run out, but business cards are a brilliant way to show where to find you online. You can include your social media links, your website, your email address, and you can have another nice bit of artwork on the cover just to have as an example. Overall, there's countless options for your packaging and branding. Maybe you want to use cute colourful bubble wrap or shredded paper if you wanted to recycle old magazines. It's up to you to experiment and pick what you think is best. Hopefully this video was a good starting point and you've got some ideas now. Just start small and it will all come together for you. Good luck with everything and let me know if you've got any questions down below.